Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you guys are joined in. Welcome to another episode of Watercolor with me. Uh, Thank you for stopping by. If you're new, again, thank you. So I'm gonna do another cityscape. That's one of my favorite things to do. I've been doing some landscape, but at the moment I'm just trying to do some cityscapes. What I've done, I've set up a 1/8 sheet. It's a Saunders paper. It's 140 grams or 300 GSM rough water. I got a dry throat, so I'm a little raspy in my throat. And we will go about doing this painting. So most of the paintings I try to do is like under 30 minutes. And keeping in mind for somebody who is new or intermediate to try this kind of painting. So I'm very conscious about people to try that. And then also, as I said, it's like all the paintings, I'm going to try to do it in 4 steps. And I'm going to try to repeat. Step one is the drawing. Step two is getting your first wash. Step three is your shadows or your second wash. And step four is your highlights. So it doesn't matter landscape, portrait, still life, cityscapes or waterscapes, everything in trying to do it in 4 easy steps so that you know mentally how to manage those kind of things. Okay, let me start with a 6B pencil. I like a 6B pencil. It's soft and I can go a little hard. And also, I'm not bothered about the strength of the line. Some people are bothered. I'm not. We'll go. We need usually we start with a horizon. Maybe I'll add a couple of cityscapes, especially most of the European scenes have a lot of umbrellas, right? So a couple of umbrellas, and you're looking for a building. Yeah. So again, this is a generic building. So I'm gonna just do a little bit of curve so that it looks like it is curved. Maybe in the corners, you add a dome, and then maybe over here you add a dome. Again, my drawings are very economical. I just want some details which is going through, and what I will do is the whole painting I'm going to put in a couple of birch trees, or I think they are cedar or birch. I'm not really sure, but that's very common, especially in winter. We are getting onto the autumn, all the leaves shed, and then all you can see is the bark and the trees. um, I'm just curious about what the trees are now, so let me just check. Silver birch. Silver birch. That's not silver birch. Um, anyway, I think I'm gonna see if I can put that in the show notes. But as I said, that's your simple horizon, and there are people. So you're trying to think about as like, maybe I'm gonna add a cyclist and people. So if that's your eye line, so understanding your eye line, there's a couple of people in the front. Simple shapes, and the smaller people in the back, not as in smaller. As you go, the people look smaller. So when I say, okay, and then there's a little bit of shadow. And as I said, I'm going to put in a big tree. I don't want to draw that. I'm going to just freely do it and then see how it goes. And then maybe there's a couple of a lamp post. Maybe there is a street sign. The street sign should show us. Let's go a little lower. Let me just, the scale is important. I'm going to just put in a street sign here, and then maybe another pole here, and a couple of banners which you see in most of the cities. If they're promoting something, they usually see that one. Okay, very simple. And again, the floors, maybe I'm going to do let's see, that height, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, and then we'll continue with a couple of sketches. That's your setup the scene. Very simple. And I might add make that person a little bigger in the front. Okay, slightly bigger. They're in the front, so that kind of gives so a few people a nice scene. And I will start with can you guys see the palette at the moment? I'm just going to start with a mop. I'm just going to use a small medium mop. Let me just clean the palette. Can you guys see the palette here? Yes, you can see the palette. Let me just clean this corner so that you can see what I'm doing here. Okay. So a little bit of tissue on your side. So I'm using a medium mop. Okay. For this kind of sheet, where did I lose that mop right now? Oh, it's right here. A medium mop. I'm going to use a little bit of lavender and a little bit of cobalt blue. Okay. Sorry, that just got a phone call. Let me just see who the phone is. All right. So, okay. Some recruiter trying to find a job. Okay. So, lots of water. And again, the lines are just as a reference for me. I'm not being very particular about that. And I'm going to clean my hand and I'm going to go to yellow ochre. Yeah, a little bit yellow ochre. And I'm going to come in with yellow ochre. And I'm going to go a little darker over here. Plenty of water so that it kind of blends. And then I'm going to come in, make sure that the umbrellas retain the white. Yeah, and then the same thing over here. I'm going to just make sure the umbrellas are retaining its white. Hopefully that's quite straightforward, and I'm going to continue. The colors, and maybe a couple of people I'm going to just pick a little bit of white on this one. Okay, while it's still wet you can do that. And to add a little bit of texture, I'm just picking up some burnt sienna and Algerian in the palette, and I can just splatter some texture. So by having a palette knife, you can have a much controlled palette knife. Okay, at this stage I'm going to quickly dry. So we have done two steps. Step one, the drawing, and step two, the wash. So you see how it's easy to try to think about these steps. Have a simple paper, and then this can be scaled to a bigger painting or the smaller painting, but the ideas remain the same. The big wash. Now I'm just going to switch to a smaller brush. I generally tend to use a lot of calligraphy brush instead of synthetic brush. That does the same job, to be honest. And I'm going to pick some neutral color like lavender. Yeah. So, and I'm going to come in, add some windows. Yeah, very light, but you can see that there is a window. Maybe 4 windows. Because we don't want to overpower it. And the same thing over here. Maybe I will change the window style. Okay. And now, because it's yellow ochre, I'm just coming in. Maybe make it a little more darker. And adding some details. I'm just using some wash, again making sure. And again making sure there's some dry brush strokes. So a little shadow, making sure there's a little shadow under the balcony. Couple of windows, and I'm going to switch to a rigger. A rigger is a really small brush, and I'm just picking up some darker tones here. Maybe that one is a little too dark, but I'm just going to dilute it, and I'm going to come in at a couple of balconies, right? So all the drawing what we're trying to do is just a suggestion. Some balcony. Yeah. Okay. And maybe we'll do individual balconies for these things. Okay. So kind of the building is done. Now we need to think about the shadows, because any painting you do needs to have some nice strong contrast. So I'm going to cast a big shadow on the bottom. So I'm just using whatever the color. Maybe I'm going to add a little bit of ultramarine, and we'll see how the shadow is going to work like. Okay, so at the moment, so I'm going to do that color is okay. It's casting a little bit of shadow. The balcony, yeah, and there is still a little bit of shadow under that. And we slowly build the story. And yeah, trust the process and then just continue working your way through. Ooh, I was about to dip into my coffee. It's not the first time. Yum, yum. Okay. So, and then I continue making sure that I don't go over the umbrella, just to retain that very nice white, and keep going. Couple of places. I might go a little dark here in a couple of places. Okay, there we go, and that covers kind of the building all the way till here. Now let's continue the shadows. A little more darker. I might use a couple of silhouettes, just leave the whites. Maybe add a little more warmth. Algerian red. The cycle. I'm just trying a few different things. I'm just leaving some white And in certain places I'm going to make it even more darker, maybe more Algerian. I might add a little bit of yellow, a couple of places red. Okay, and now comes the front bit. Front bit I'll just switch to a slightly bigger brush so that it's quicker. So again, I'm picking up some colors, ultramarine blue, a little bit of warm, continuing from the same colors, and a tiny bit of gray. Okay, I'm just checking if the color is alright. Yeah, that color seems to be okay. So I am gonna go a couple of places. Connecting the shapes is important. Okay, that's your shadow. Just a couple of places making it even more darker. Okay, I am okay with it at the moment. I will let it dry a little bit, and then I will add, while we are here, I can add a couple of shadows on the umbrella as well. Okay, and now let's get to adding a couple of people. So I'm going to switch to a smaller brush. I'll just pick a shade of skin tone, a little bit of orange, a little bit of white, a little more orange, and I'll pepper in some heads. Okay, and now let's start adding some body. Oh, the cycle guy. We missed the cycle guy, and he's got a little bit of hand as well. So I'm going to just do a little bit of his shirt and his pants. So, and his cycle. And we're going to continue. A couple of people in the shadow. And for this gentleman, maybe we will put in a suit. And for this one, maybe we will put in a blazer. Alright, we're just having fun. A little more bright color. Okay, and then we continue. colors. And okay, maybe there's a couple more people who are here. Okay, I think I will come in, add some white shadows to capture the shoulders of the people, so that will stand out. And at this stage I'm going to just let it rest, and this is a good time as any to just do a shadow to the cyclist. So there's a little bit of shadow, and now let's tackle the tree itself. Okay, so the tree, we will start somewhere here, and we will see how it goes. Okay, so that's your big trunk. We'll mix and match. We will add lots of trunks. So we're working our way through. Okay, there's more trees, couple of darks. So continue. Okay, that's for number one tree, and then we will add one more tree here. So so a little bit of water, and then we continue playing with different water. And I'm going to just use a rigger, add some more branches with the rigger. It's a little more finer. Okay, and not to forget, a couple of places we're just going to add some leaves. A couple of dry brush strokes. And I will just beef up this particular tree a little more. It's still catching a little bit of light, and it sits there. Okay, I think as a painting I'm okay. Now let's just add a couple of highlights. I'm going to use a gouache, a white gouache, just to add some shadows on all the people. So making sure that my brush is dry, and a couple of shadows. Even though they're in the shadow, they still can be catching a little bit of light. Okay, so Okay, that kind of pops up a little bit light. And what else were we missing? Okay, now the street lights or the street lamps. So we will add some street lamps, make the scene a little more. Okay, so a couple of dry brush strokes, street lamp. Again over here, a couple of dry brush strokes, street lamp. And there's a couple of posters. We will add those posters. Couple of posters. And the same over here, we'll add a couple of posters. And let's add a stop sign. Okay, we'll have to add a little bit of white in the sign. We'll see if it sticks or I will make a mess. We'll see. Okay, that much is fine. And a board. That's some symbol. Who knows what it is, but kind of gives you the information what you need. Okay, I think I am done. Only thing left is do you see how this is the last step? Is I'm just adding finer details. I'm going to just put a signature and reveal the painting. There you go. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. And also, if you're new, check out my new podcast, Wet on Wet podcast. There's 10 episodes. Amazing artist. It's doing really well. I'm very proud of it. There's a lot you can learn from their advice and other things, and it's just so much fun talking to other people, other watercolor artists. There's more episodes on the way. I hope you enjoy it. And let me just reveal this painting. Yeah, I think this one turned out okay. So it has all the composition, it has the strong contrast, and let me see, yeah. So strong contrast from a distance. If you see how it looks, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and give it a try, and then let me know how it goes. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. It doesn't take much from you, but it will help me tremendously to subscribe, like,